Within 3 points now of the reigning champions, Manchester City, same number of games played, 5 off the top, having played a game more. Spurs will go back into the top 4 if they beat West Ham next. Leicester stay 4 above the drop zone. West Ham are in it if they avoid defeat at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They'll be back out of it, and Bournemouth will be into the bottom 3.
Well, Marcus, congratulations, not just on the result, but a special afternoon for you personally. How good does it feel to have broken that personal record now?
Yeah, it's obviously a nice feeling, to be scoring goals and ultimately winning games. I think first half we didn't actually play that well. Second half we played a lot better. We found people in pockets, found Bruno in pockets, Fred, and they're creating chances for us. So we need to try and look to do that from the beginning. But it's also a positive that we're not playing at our best and we're going at half time a goal up. So definitely stuff to improve on and learn from. But overall, a good day.
Yeah, you mentioned there, particularly the opening stages of that first half, perhaps as a side you weren't at your best. There's a lot of pressure on you when you found yourself through on goal, not just personally, but for the team as well, to try and get yourselves out in front. You did have a moment, didn't you, before you looked up? So what was going through your head as you went to place that?
I was going to pass it. I was going to pass it. I think Garner made a good run, but the defender was on the inside of him. We had a little look at the keeper and then a look at Garner, and I just thought shooting across the goal would be the best option. If the keeper does save it, then he can have a chance of tapping it in for a rebound. So always going to go across goal there, but yeah, good for it to hit the back of the net.
Your reaction quite understated, actually. Was there a certain amount of relief there, do you think?
For the first goal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think when teams are putting pressure on you, they're creating some good opportunities. David, brilliant save. I think it was his arm or his leg early on in the first half, and they're important moments. And without having someone like him in the net, we can't go on to win the game. Because if they go in 1-0 up or they go 1-0 up in the game, it's completely different.
Right, Michael, for the first goal he says he was thinking about passing. Do you need to speak to him?
For a split second.
Do you need to ring him up? And
then he saw sense. Thought about it. I used to always think about it. Never act upon it. But no, to be fair to him, he did have that vision, because a lot of people is head down and let's just sprint towards goal and hit it. But he did have that vision. But I think he made the right choice, to be honest. I mean, it does look as if Garnacho's sort of free, but by the time the ball comes in and the defender slides, it's not so easy. Sometimes it is best just to take the simple route and shoot yourself.
Yeah, and he said the right thing about going across goalkeeper, because if the keeper does save it, Garnacho is there to put in the rebound. But it's a really composed, cultured finish, because in that scenario there, some centre-forwards would snatch it and potentially just hit as hard as they can, but he's going to cross goalkeeper with a really calm finish, and that's the form that he's in. At the minute, unstoppable.
Yeah, he could have had more in the second half as well, the one he did get. But what's it like when you're so full of confidence on a run like he's on at the moment, when you get in this kind of situation?
Well, I said before the game when we were looking at some of his headers, he just does not miss at the moment, does he? It's quite unbelievable, and I've said for a little while, I hope he isn't a confidence player. I hope this run of form actually is building his self-belief, because confidence players are flimsy. They come in and out of form, and to be a top player, you can't be a confidence player. Castagna here gets way too close. He's got to know his man. And actually, look, the whole team are pressing over this side. The whole back four can come across. Leave oceans of space for someone like Marcus Rashford. This is just absolutely playing to his strength. I mean, Leicester can do a lot more about that goal.
They can. I mean, the speed that he shows. I mean, Castagna, he's running with his hand up. Even if he gets his head down, just sprints, he's probably not going to stick with Marcus Rashford, but he'd have a better opportunity of trying to stop him. But once he gets into that area, just before that, he had a chance. It was probably a little bit easier. Rashford went in between the defenders, but he chose the wrong finish. That one there, he probably learnt from what he did previous, got it there, opened his body out, and it's a really good finish.
24 goals in all competitions. If he stays fit and firing, what could he end up with this season?
Again, I said before the game, he should be targeting 30 goals, but I mean, 6 goals in the form he's in. We're only just past halfway. There's still a lot of big games. Manchester United are in virtually every competition as well. So, it's scary numbers we're looking at. We're looking at a player that we could be talking about at world level, world-class level in years to come, if he keeps this going.
It's 10 years since Manchester United had a player on 30 goals. That was one Robin van Persie. The third goal, Jadon Sancho off the bench, 9 goals from substitutes. But all round, once Martinez had won this back, Darren, how quick and clinical was this?
Really good. And Manchester United at their best interaction, cute passes. I mean, really good play from Sancho there. And Bruno, to be fair, because they both chose the right option. But again, Martinez with a really good defending. But it's Weghorst, Michael, that kind of opens up the space.
Yeah, it's a great striker's run, isn't it? An unselfish run and creates all that space for Sancho. But I just love this. I mean, he could have shot, spots a different option, and that little 1-2. It's a brilliant goal. I mean, we've seen this from Manchester United a few times this season. They're looking a lot sharper in attacking areas now. When you can afford to bring on someone like Sancho off the bench, then you know you're doing something right.
So there we go then, 3 points for Manchester United and 3 more goals. Next stop is the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where Spurs have made 5 changes. Son is one of those left out. West Ham, remember, looking to creep out of the relegation zone. Ahead of their game with West Ham, Richarlison starting a game for the first time since the World Cup quarter-final. Can the Hammers get out of the relegation zone? Interesting team news. Spurs, of course, beaten 4-1 last time out at Leicester. Half of the outfield players have changed, 5 of them, and dropping to the bench, the headline is Son. Perisic is there as well, Porro and Tanganga. Bentancur, of course, is out for the season with anterior cruciate ligament damage. So in, Longley, Romero, Emerson Royale, Skip, and as I say, Richarlison, who's still to score in the Premier League for Spurs. 2 changes for West Ham. Paquetá is out with a shoulder injury. Benrahma drops to the bench. Downs and Souček come in, and Agard has been past fit for the Hammers. Right, let's hear from the managerial teams, beginning with the man filling in for Antonio Conte, Christian Stellini.
So the most eye-catching thing on the team sheet is no Heung-min Son on the bench. Who's made that decision?
Yeah, me, Antonio, and Ryan Mason. We made this decision because we have a big squad. We have to take decision, and today we want to use energy. We played with Sonny many games, and maybe this game could be time also to have Sonny during the match. And the reason we have a big squad is this.
Of course, he came off the bench and scored a hat-trick last time he was left out, so you're hoping for a similar reaction?
Yeah, we hope every time that our players that come in from the bench change the game and give us what we need.
Flynn Downs, just his 4th Premier League start. What are you hoping he'll give you?
He played very well away at Man United, and I think at Liverpool as well. We just felt as if we might have needed just something slightly different today in different positions. So he's done well in training. He's a good prospect, so he gets an opportunity today.
A set of results yesterday that did you no favours at all and sent you into the bottom 3. Do you pay any attention to that at all? Do you try and keep it away from the players? Just shut it out completely?
We can affect our own thing, so we have to go and do our job today.
Okay, and in terms of that, you're just starting to look a bit more like your old selves?
Well, we hope so. Hope we can show that today. We've been on a bit better run, wee bit of momentum building, so today's a test for us, but hopefully we can add to it.